Hey guys, it's Clan War School, and today we're going to take a look at some Town Hall 9 bases, and I'm going to walk you guys through some ways that you could attack these bases, and hopefully get 3 stars. So here we go. This is the first one. It vaguely looks like the general, obviously tweaked some. I don't know, I'm just looking at this mortar. That's what I always look for with the general, but this does look a little bit different. Uh, at first it looks like Go Lava Loon from the left would work pretty well because there's the queen and these 2 air defenses, and if you have high enough heroes, this Expo. But I think that'd be a good way to come in from. So probably with the jump spell right about here. And 2 golems, some wizards for the funnel. It's always important to create a good wide funnel. And then probably just king, queen, and maybe a rage spell to help support your troops. The poison, I always like to bring the poison anyway, even though there's usually a dragon in the clan castle these days, because if you do encounter a dragon, there's sometimes minions along with that, and you can save the poison for later in the raid if there are air skeletons. So after that, you should have probably this part of the base taken out, probably here, queen's dead, clan castle's dead, probably got this, probably a couple Teslas in here, so this is taken out too. So you got a good section of the base taken out with your 2 golems, probably 4 whiz, and heroes. So then after that, this air sweeper is pointing in the direction that you just took out, so you pretty much eliminated 1 air sweeper. So I would probably come in from the back of this air sweeper, and I do like to take 1 more hound than air defense, so I would take 3 hounds, come in from the back of this air sweeper, and then just start what is that? That's counterclockwise. A counterclockwise motion with your loons. So something like this. 2 loons, 2 loons, 2 loons. And then just working your way around the base. Another hound. Excuse me. Another hound right here. And then probably your last hound coming in the long way. Right here. And that would probably work pretty well for this base. So let's take a look at the next one. This looks like another internet base. The other one, the one before, looked a lot more tweaked. This one, I don't know, hard to say. This looks like it could be hogged pretty effectively. I would expect giant bombs to be here. Probably like that to make a double set. Those could always be Teslas or just nothing, but I think a more probable spot for Teslas would be here. Just right here. Quad Teslas. Because if those were giant bombs, they wouldn't be as effective. So the other giant bombs could be right here. Excuse me. So with that, knowing that, you'd have to try to eliminate these spots or deploy your troops in a way that these spots wouldn't really matter, which I think would be best because the queen is over here. So you could just come in with standard 1 golem right here, like this. Couple wall breakers. And like 2 whiz, maybe a third to back up your troops with your king and queen. And then just work your way in there. You'll probably take out Archer Tower Cannon. Clan Castle, of course. Which, look, as you can see, this obviously has a dragon in it. 20 space. Then after that, I would just, for the hog deployment is the most important part. I would just work kind of a surgical deployment. Let's see, with probably a giant here. And then 5 hogs there. And then probably 5 hogs here too after a bit. And then once those have done their job in here and kind of worked their way along, I would heal here. That's probably the best circle I have ever made. And then I would put the remainder of the hogs over here with a giant, and then just the rest of the hogs in kind of an Asian wall. And that would probably do it for this base. Can't really take these out with loons. Which, if you guys haven't noticed, the Archer Towers, you can't do 1 for 1 anymore with just 1 drop. They have to get 2 drops off because the hit points have been increased slightly. Which is bad for me because I'm going to be pushing soon with surgical loons. Ooh, so this base is down to expos. So let's see if we can't figure out an air attack. Oh, look at that. They give you 2 air defense right there. So I would just bring 2 golems. Right there. And right there. Couple whiz. Create a nice wide funnel. Get the queen down ahead of time. And then, probably place a jump right here. On this collector. Or storage, that is. And I don't know, maybe, yeah, let's see. There's really not a whole lot of defense firing in on them. So I don't think a rage would be as needed, but a rage would be optional there. You could do a rage right in here to try to get the queen. But you have the 2 air defense. So after that, I would just bring 3 lava hounds and work. Honestly, a spam style might be best because of all these defense in here. You could just place all your hounds down and then kind of spam your balloons and keep them raged, and you should clean up well because both air sweepers are pointed the wrong way. This is really not that good of a base. And this one, let's see. Expo's up. This is an internet base. I've seen it before. Definitely giant bombs along here. So I'm sure there's tutorials on how to hog this because the giant bombs are so obvious. But yeah, trying to figure out whether air or ground is better here because I don't really like it when the air defense are this outside because then the lava hounds don't penetrate enough and like to provide more of a tank. And let's see. I would probably just do 2 golems and 1 here, 1 here, and a jump right here. And that jump would allow access to the queen. So that would be a high value jump. And I think you would end up triggering these bombs. So obviously you would have some whiz to funnel. Oops. Wiz the funnel. And so you would end up with, let's see, you would end up with probably this whole entire part of the base taken out. And that's pretty good for 2 golems, and you would probably go light on the whiz, but probably the most important part is triggering these giant bombs. And then after that, you just have to come in at an angle that would trigger these bombs one at a time. Or, yeah, I think that'd be better. Yeah. So lure on this cannon. So send 4 hogs on this cannon. It'll go in and eliminate this giant bomb set too. And then you could normally I've stopped doing lures because of the dragons. But I think a lure would be good for this. Then you could bring them over here with barbs and just do a standard 2-1-2, 2 witches, 1 whiz, 2 barbs. Even on the dragon, it does work pretty well with your queen. And then you could come in with 2 golems, and then you'd have 2 giant bomb sets eliminated, and you could just tear apart the base. So that's it, guys. I won't go through the rest. This has already been a pretty long video. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video, and comment down any suggestions that you have. Thank you.